I loved being a prosecutor. It was a wonderful job, but it does come with its downside, you know, especially doing what I did for as long as I did it. Sex crimes and human trafficking is a very dark side of the world, and it can really be soul-crushing and soul-destroying to see that ugliness every single day. And I started to notice that my health was declining, and ultimately I found out that it was stress causing my body to shut down, and it was because I was so overwhelmed and unhappy at my prior position that it led me to that point, and it was time for me to make a choice to move on. I thought, you know, I really loved contracts. I did really well in them in law school. I've got a business degree. I've had the experience in civil practice, you know, before law school and during law school. I'm smart. I can do this.
Danielle is a hungry person. She will go out and she will fight to get the result that she needs on her cases. She will go out and fight to bring in cases. She will go out and do all the work that she needs to do to make herself successful.
And I applied in different areas of civil law, and that's when it started to hit me very hard that despite having tried more than 50 cases to a jury successfully, I had a very high conviction rate, not because I did anything unethical, but because I'm very good at what I do. Despite hearing it and the employer, the interviewer acknowledging it and asking me about it and appearing to be impressed with it, especially with the quality of my writing, it still was, you know, yeah, you have a lot of litigation experience, but that only goes so far. You're a government lawyer, you push paper, you don't really have the work ethic, we'd have to retrain you, you're not as valuable as you think. I was already feeling unhappy and unfulfilled and undervalued. And so then when I was looking for a job outside of it, being told you're not good enough just made it worse because I felt trapped and I felt like there was, how am I going to live like this? How am I going to continue to do a job that I don't feel is the right place for me? And then I can't even leave the job because no one wants me. I'm not good enough.
So I met Danielle, I was actually her supervisor. And from there, it really became, I think, a mentor-mentee type of relationship through the state attorney's office. And eventually, it turned into a really great friendship. You know, I consider Danielle to be like a little sister at this point.
Sasha is an incredible human being. She wasn't the person that suggested going to therapy, but she was someone I was comfortable talking about, should I go to therapy? And do you think that that's okay? And do you think people are gonna think that I'm a crazy person if I say I've been to therapy or my therapist says? You know, and she was like, no, it's a great thing for you to go and be able to talk to somebody, especially someone who's not in your universe and can see it objectively and can maybe help you get some guidance. And I did, I got great guidance. I learned amazing tools for myself, and I think it's made me a better person and a better lawyer.
Find those people who are going to be your sounding board. And when you're in government work and you are having a difficult time, it's great to talk to other people that you work with, but you have to be open with your family, with your spouse, with your kids, because you can internalize those issues and bring them home. And you're not your best person if you're struggling and you're not communicating. And communication is so important as a lawyer, but as a human being.
I didn't know that you could be a lawyer and be this happy. There was a period of time last year in 2018 that I thought I was going to leave the practice of law because I was unhappy. But I took a chance and I really bet on myself, and I have this phenomenal support group in my fiance and my best friend Sasha, who I get to go to work and see every day. Should I take this leap or should I change my mindset? But it wasn't about a mindset change. It wasn't about giving into this idea that as a government lawyer, I'm less than or that I'm not enough. I am enough, and I'll show you that I'm enough, and I did. I made my own law firm, I've been successful, and I'm helping people in a way that I'm so fulfilled. I think that government lawyers on both sides of the spectrum, both prosecutors and public defenders, are often undervalued and devalued by anyone who looks at them, whether it's an employer, even a client, because there's this perception that we just get handed our cases and we just sort of follow an ABC routine and that's all we do. If you're thinking about leaving and you're scared to do it, the fear is okay, let it be a motivator. But don't discount yourself, because only you know what you're capable of. And that's what kept me going. Like, I know what I'm capable of. But to the employers who are interviewing the government attorneys and thinking that they don't have the skills or the work ethic, don't underestimate the government lawyers. Don't sleep on them, because they're the ones that are forced to be creative and think differently. They're the ones that are going to end up helping you make a case in your civil realm that you didn't even know you were going to be able to do. Because government lawyers, we've had to be creative and work with limited resources our entire career. So if anyone can do it, we can.